I drive past Wesley every morning on my way to McDonald's. And I meet some of the people that still go to Wesley at McDonald's, and they're still going. It's still going. It's still a good program. It's a place for older people to go to meet other people. It's done a world of good. It's done a world of good. It's a godsend. Wesley is a godsend. Wesley Community Center was very instrumental in our children growing up. They grew up in Wesley. They took advantage of all the programs they had. As a result, I think I've got some good children. We took kids that had never been out of Amarillo. We took them skiing in Colorado. I mean, to me, it was a thrill to see those young people enjoying themselves on the skis. One of my Boy Scouts is a full colonel in the Marine Corps, Encarnacion Fierro. Several years back, we had a parade. We had Las Fiestas de Amarillo, and I found out that he was a full colonel in the Marine Corps, and we stay in touch. So he writes me a postcard once in a while, and I'll write him one. But I told him, I want you to be out here to be our Grand Marshal. Be our Grand Marshal at the parade for Las Fiestas de Amarillo. He came in full uniform, full Marine Corps Colonel uniform. I wanted, that was history for Amarillo. I have coffee with an engineer, with a retired engineer, once in a while there at McDonald's, and he come through Wesley. He come through Wesley, not as a student, but as a member. And he done a lot of work for Wesley. There were young engineers like him, educated people, know-how people that really kept that Wesley Community Center going. We've been real fortunate that a lot of the educated people, men and women, have come back to Wesley to continue the good goings. It's a real good going thing right now. It's a blessing, to tell you. To put it mildly, it's a blessing for El Barrio. I see all those young kids there playing, and there's a lot of them. There's a big enrollment of young kids that'll forever remember Wesley Community Center. I would advise the young people that never, ever give up on helping your community. Always keep your community in mind. Be inspirational in helping others. Take time to help others. I was real busy, but I took time to go help the Reverend do this, do that. And it paid off. I'm real glad it did. Well, finances were hard. Finances were real hard. The Reverend Aldarete, a lot of times I walked in and I seen him with a broom or a mop, cleaning or fixing a shower or the bathroom. Something would break down, like the basketball goal. It was hanging by a thin thread. And he called me, Pete, what are we going to do about this? But then I was in business, we can take care of that. So I went and rented a great big old buggy. I had a hydraulic deal. We got up there, tied it down, fixed it. There was a lot of maintenance that the Reverend was doing. I'd walk in there and he'd be with a mop on his hand. He'd be mopping, be sweeping. He'd done a lot of work. He was real instrumental in keeping that Wesley Community Center going. He brought a lot of good to the people around the Wesley Community Center. He enlightened us, a lot of us, in the way. Every time Not every time, but when he needed something, Pete, I need some sand for the playground equipment. I'd go get him some sand. We need this, we need that. The parking lot chug holes, we need to fix it. So we'd fix that. I was real close to the Reverend. I was real close. And I'm glad that I was able to help as much as I could. Oh, money has always been.
Money's always tight.
It's always been tight, but I don't know how the Reverend managed to keep things going. He was a financial wizard. He was smart with money. He was smart, period. Well, you know, the real reason I always did what I did was because of my wife. She always encouraged me to do things like that, to help the church, help Wesley. She always encouraged me. And I thought, well, you know what? It'll make me look good if I go do this. I give her all the credit. You guys would never believe the difference where we come from, the way where she comes from. I mean, it was entirely a different world. I grew up, you might say, in the alley. I grew up by myself. I grew up in the cotton patches. I grew up in the onion fields. Any time somebody was going somewhere, I was there with them. I was never at home. I left home when I was 16 years old. I joined the Marine Corps. By the time I was 17 years old, I was in North China. So they never seen a Mexican over there before. Yeah, they used to say, "Nidi meo megua, nidi sanka, nidi sanka." They say, Mendez, they say, "You're not American, you're Chinese." That's okay. But I picked up on her language just like that. I could converse with a Chinaman. It was interesting. I spent 2 years over there. The only thing I could tell myself is I'm proud that I was able to do what little I could. What my little seed helped. Because I planted a seed there at Wesley Community Center. I helped water it. I helped bring it up. And I am very, very proud of it. I think it'll always be there. I know it. As long as we have good people like y'all, it'll always be there. I'm real proud of Wesley Community Center. I'm proud of what it has done, and I'm proud of what it keeps on doing. And I hope it'll be there 100 years from now. I appreciate you young people taking interest in Wesley Community Center. I'm real proud of the work that it's doing. I hope that 100 years from now, maybe 200 years, it'll still be here. It's helped a lot of young people. It's still helping a lot of young people, a place to go, a place to stay, things to do. And even the old people, I find they enjoy going. I'd go, but I'm not much of I can't stand crowds. I can't stand crowds. But I really appreciate talking to the people that go to Wesley. One thing that I wish I had done when I was still in business. You ever notice that fence in front of the Wesley Community Center? There's a metal fence. I never did to get to it to paint it. I never did paint it. I looked for the day. White.
Okay.
That is a fence built with heavy metal. I got a contract from the state to build a junkyard beautification program, and all that metal I had left over. That's how we built that. Not between the two buildings, right in front of the building. Yeah, that's 16th Street. Yeah, I never did get around to painting it, but we got it built. It's rusty. I look for somebody to someday paint that fence. Please paint that fence before I die. Thankful for you young people to take time to do something like this. It's really an inspiration to me. I kind of feel like the world's in good hands. The community is in good hands. Thank you all very much. Keep up the good work.